Hello kids, it's Mr. Michael with Rocket Science for Kids. Today we're going to be talking about 8-tooth gears. On our 8-tooth gears we're going to have several different styles of 8-tooth gears and what they're used for. On an 8-tooth gear, each gear has 8 teeth on it. So the smaller gear we have here has 8 teeth on it, and as you can see I have 5 different kinds here, and I'll talk about what each of those stand for. So when we're using an 8-tooth gear, it is the smallest of the gear setups, and we'll discuss other larger gears and how they work with this. But when you're using the smaller 8-tooth gear, it's going to work together with all of the other gears in the basic spur gear family. So I say spur gear. The spur gears actually connect side by side on a beam or an axle on a connection. And the reason why we use gears is to transfer energy or movement from one gear to the next gear to the next gear. And we'll talk about how to transfer energy in like a pulley class later on. So as you can see, a few of these gears look alike, and you can see the color variations. This is an older 8-tooth gear, and it has a lot more play into it. So if you're looking at some of your older brother or sisters gears, you may see some of these inside. You may wonder why they move around a little bit different. So using these gears together, some of them may have play in it, and these are the older original lighter gray gears. Then we get into the darker gray gear, which is the Lego Education gears, and they're using those more for the main models now as well. So all of these gears have 8 teeth in, and they all work together, but some may have different functions and move a little bit different. On our next gear, it has an extra ridges on it, which allow the gear not to slip as much. So you can actually slide a gear together, and it can actually be offset to even still move on to the other gears. The older gears did not do that. When you slid to the side, they would wear down or wear out a lot faster. You had a lot more jamming or slippage. And they introduced a new red gear as well, number 8-tooth gear, which actually has no friction that slides up and down. We'll talk about the usage of that in some more advanced videos. So let's get into how these gears work together and what connecting actually does. So there are 8 teeth on this gear, and the outer edges of gears are called teeth. And when gears go together, okay, so let's put some gears on an axle. So we're going to be using a number 4 axle. Number 4 axle measures 4 studs across, so we're going to go ahead and add a number 2 8-tooth gear on there. It's going to push it right to the edge. And we're going to use our yellow beam here. So as our gear is on, you can see it spins, and it spins freely because we have no friction on that, or reduced friction. I'm going to add another 8-tooth gear, and once you have these gears connecting, you have them meshing. So this is called meshing, when the gears are together. Kind of like mashing, kind of like teeth mashing in your mouth, but they are meshing. So I have one going, and you can see the 8-tooth gear. When I turn one at one direction, the other one goes the opposite direction. So it sends the energy through to move it from left to right, or right to left. They go opposite. So we're going to actually add another 8-tooth gear in here. Once we have another 8-tooth gear, my driver is the one I'm turning, and the other gears are following that gear. So you can see now I have a gear train, and all of these gears are moving. And we can talk about positions later, more on what that means, but now the middle gear is going opposite, and the 2 outside gears are going the same direction, which is really cool because now the middle gear position is called the idler. So more on that. So as I turn these gears together, and you can see if I add one of the education gears, which is the same, it'll do the same as well. It'll turn, and I get a longer. After a while, the 8-tooth gear is not really a good set of gears to go for a really long gear train because they start kind of wiggling. You can kind of see the wiggle in here, the lack.
Slide your hands back. There we go. There you go.
Okay. You can kind of see how it moves, right? I'm moving this gear almost around to like a fifth way around, or direction that one doesn't move. So you want to get, we'll talk about larger gears and how to get your movement to transfer a lot smoother. So that is how we make a gear train and how we transfer energy from one position to another position. And I said I would use these gears up here as well. As you can see, there are all moving together. And this one is not going to stay on. See if I have another axle over here I can use it for, because it's just going to slide right off. I'll lock it down a little bit with this 3.5 axle over here. As you can see, all of these mesh really, really good with no problems. Well, that's it on our 8-tooth gear. We'll talk about how to add more gears together. Next, we'll talk about our 24-tooth gear and how those work together. And thank you.